And we are live. What's going on? Johnny Trades here with the Investing for Beginners community, and we are doing our weekly stock talk. That is right. We host these every week on Sunday, and we get you set up for the week. What's our game plan going to be? What stocks are we looking at, etc. So let's go ahead and dive into the computer so you guys can see all the great companies that we are going to be looking at this week. And of course, my cat, anytime I do these live streams, my cat likes to meow. He acts as if I'm talking to him or something. I don't know. Or he gets jealous because I'm talking to somebody else. I don't know. But he does love to talk. He's an orange house cat. So it's my wife's. I'm not big on cats myself, but it is my wife's cat. So, all right, let's see. All right, we are live. Should start showcasing that to everyone here. Let our Investing for Beginners community. It's a private group on Facebook. You guys are more than welcome to join. It is the second link in the description below. It's a free community that you guys can join. And if you're interested in investing or trading, I encourage you to join with over 70,600 members. That sounds about right. I think we have a little bit more than that now. We have 71,200 members right now and growing. And we're going to wait for a couple more people to get into this live stream. This live stream, you are encouraged to participate, share your stock picks with the team, with us, and that we can review those stocks with everyone. Maybe there's potentially some companies or stocks you want us to take a look at. So if you want to participate, you need to be subscribed to the channel so you can talk in our live stream. Okay, so that's real simple. All you got to do is be subscribed to the channel. All right, so now that all of that is covered, it looks like our link has been spread around to everybody here. Our Learn to Earn team gets to see us trade every morning, Monday through Friday. That is the first link in the description. It is a Discord community, and it is right now 100% free, lifetime access. So get in while it's still free, because it will not be free for long. We have less than 250 spots available for free, and then we will start charging a small fee for all of our content. Okay, let's make sure the chat's working. Looks like it is. And go ahead and drop a thumbs up. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We have people from all over the country and all over the world. So here we go. All right. So QQQ down to $620 in the overnight hours after it pushed up from $618 all the way up to $625 on Friday. Markets are now down 0.29% overall, so not too bad. I did want to share some news with you guys here. Let's see, we got some news. We have our weekly earnings report. Again, you could find all this information out in the Discord. First link in the description, but that's what I wanted to go over first was our weekly economic calendar. As you can see here, this is our Discord. And let's go ahead and hide our members here because we do have quite a few members now. But our most anticipated earnings releases starting tomorrow. We do have AG&C, which is what I'm excited about for tomorrow after close. I do have a few shares of that as a dividend capturing strategy. Tuesday, we have United Health Group, or UNH. We have Boeing, UPS, GM, and American Airlines. And Northrop Grumman, or NOC, on Tuesday morning before open. After close, we have Seagate, Texas Instruments, PPG, Logitech on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have ASML, GEV, AT&T, General Dynamics, Progressive, Starbucks, ADP, all on Wednesday before market open. After close on Wednesday, Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla will be reporting their earnings, along with IBM and Waste Management. Thursday before open, it'll be MasterCard, Caterpillar, Nokia, Royal Caribbean Group, NASDAQ itself, MO or Ultra, and Lockheed and Martin. Thursday after close, Apple and SanDisk, Visa are on my radar. Friday before open will be SoFi, American Express, and Verizon, along with Chevron and ExxonMobil. So a very eventful week just for earnings. Then we have, let's see, the Kobayashi letter is saying buckle up for a huge week ahead. Markets will react to 100% Canada tariff threat tonight. Markets will react to a 75% chance of a government shutdown. January consumer confidence data will be on Tuesday. Fed interest rate decision and press conference on Wednesday. Of course, we talked about Microsoft, Meta, Tesla reporting earnings on Wednesday. Apple reporting their earnings on Thursday. And then we have the December PPI inflation data on Friday. So it says prepare for the significant volatility this week. Also, I created an announcement as well. Another government shutdown on the way. Potential new 100% tariffs on Canada. President Trump actively looking to acquire Greenland still. The U.S. Armada heading toward Iran. The Department of Justice investigation into Fed Chair Powell. BlackRock's CIO as the likely next Fed chair, which could be interesting. And President Trump calling for $2,000 stimulus checks and a 1% interest rate, guys. So there is a lot going on right now in the markets, okay? We talk a lot about it. And also, we're going to be using WEBULL. So if you want to sign up using WEBULL, use one of my links either here in the Discord or in the link below, and you'll get up to 75 free shares, ranging anywhere from about $3 to $9 each. Of course, it can be much higher. But yeah, you could have multiple brokerage accounts. So if you want to get some free money, you can definitely sign up, get your free money, cash it out, and go about your day. You don't even have to keep using the brokerage account. Get that free money, guys. So moving on, QQQ down, trying to recover after a small dip. I'd love to see what happens though, because looking at the 1 hour chart, you can see it is above that moving average. On the 4 hour time frame, it's above that green line, which is the 200-day moving average. And of course, extremely bullish. It's still very bullish. It has been consolidating a little bit around this $600 mark, having trouble breaking to new highs above, I'd say 630 recently. So there's also that to take into consideration. It hit 630 and then got rejected. So a nice horizontal pattern for the overall NASDAQ market. I'm hoping to see something happen this week. We have some people tuning in from Tampa, Florida. Hello, hello, welcome. I got my Coke Zero. Grab yourselves a drink, guys. And we don't want to take up a lot of your time. We usually run these Sunday stock talks for about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much engagement we have. Open Door Technology still holding support around $6. Maybe like $5.74. Now, again, these are not any stocks that I would say, hey, go buy this right now, sell now, or anything like that. I don't do that here. What I do is I just share my opinion with you. This is not financial advice. Do what you will, but we are just setting you guys up for the week and going over some stocks that have potential. You know, there's plenty of potential in open door technology if it can get above this green moving average, but right now it's been continuing to get rejected. So holding support, but we'll see if it does continue to hold support on open door technology. If it does even hold support around $6, then it could retest that moving average, making a quick 9% profit if it goes back up to retest. So bull, same thing with bull. It's holding around 770, 760 as support, but it has not been able to progress to the upside at all recently. Soundhound AI, same thing, right? Trying to hold support levels. It looks like it broke through this support previously. Looks like $10 might be a new significant support right around 10.10. So we'll see if it holds. Doesn't have to, but I love the fact that it can go from $10 up to, you know, even $13 to make a nice $3 per share when it does find areas of interest as far as pushing up, right? So buying around 10, retesting this moving average, making 7% profit to potentially, you know, much more than that. So LUNR, also one of those companies we've been watching for a while. It had that double bottom here, pushed up, came back down, retested, you know, $7.50, $8 as a support, and then pushed up all the way to $22. We've been watching this company go up for quite some time. Now, this is not something that I would recommend trading at all right now, as this could definitely sell off more than any of the other companies. SoFi is something that I've been watching for a while as well. Now, SoFi would be something I wouldn't mind starting to add a few shares of around $25, as it does seem like $25 is a pretty common support level. Now, if this can push up, you know, even from 25 to that moving average, that's a nice 7% profit. If it can push up to, you know, resistance levels of like 32, you're looking at like 27% profit. So SoFi is one of those companies. Not only can it go to $32, I mean, this thing can go to $50, $100. Might not happen overnight, but definitely something to look at long term. Intel coming all the way back down to $43.40 from highs of $55. It did not have a very good earnings report. It's down 22% from that high. So this could potentially be a nice area to buy. You know, I would consider buying around $35 if it comes down that low. It still has potential to continue to sell off. So this is not a company I would get into now. Maybe when it gets closer to this green line, the 200-day moving average around $40, or even down here to this kind of turquoise line here, my support level around $35. PayPal just continuing to sell off, not really any progress there. Wouldn't really touch that right now. Netflix holding, as you can see, I have about 3 shares. Nothing too crazy. I will be continuing to add more around $80, $85. I do believe Netflix can go much higher. It can go up to $100, 110, 120, maybe even 130. Again, not anytime soon, but it is definitely possible in the long run. Hood stock, or Robinhood, again, another company that's found some support around $101. So we'll see if it holds around, or actually $102. We'll see if it holds. I do have a couple of shares. I got 2 shares right now, about $200. I will add more if it begins to hold, show more confirmation of consolidation around this support level. And then, of course, I'd love to add even more once it starts showing confirmation to the upside, as this does have potential to make some decent profit too. Even from $105 to that moving average is about 10%. Up to previous resistance levels of around 125, that's an 18% profit. Even 140, that's 32% profit. And then previous resistant or high resistance levels of 153, we're looking at about 45% profit. Recently added Walmart to the watch list. It had a significant pullback, from 122 down to 117. This could come down and test the moving average around 115. I wouldn't mind picking up a few shares at 115 for Walmart. Palantir, just one of those companies that just can't seem to get above that moving average. It continues to get rejected and still continuing to get rejected in the overnight hours. So it's at 167. Not something I'd necessarily mess with too much right now, but maybe here toward the future, maybe we will. Nvidia also selling off a little bit in the overnight hours. If it can hold above this moving average, great. We can see some new highs, but there's a lot of consolidation for Nvidia right now. Lululemon selling off from highs of 225. Amazon holding above this moving average, so we'll see what happens there. Apple pushing up slightly. AMD is at all-time resistance, so this could definitely be a possible short opportunity if you think this can sell off back down to previous lows. But I like to see this here, a nice 3 stages of reversal. Had that sell-off period, had a bunch of consolidation, and then a beautiful push back up to previous resistance and getting rejected off of that resistance. So nice little setup there for AMD. AVGO definitely getting into that buy range area here. As you can see, it's at the lower end. We're talking 317 here, as it did have some previous resistance right around 317. Then it showed signs of support once, twice, and you could even say almost 3 times here at 320 support. Now it dropped down to 314, but immediately pushed back up above the support level. So if this begins to push up from this level, that'd be nice to see. You can see some pretty decent profits here, 317, even just to the moving average. It's about an 8% profit. Up to like what, almost $400. You can see a 26% profit. AVGO. Google very bullish, holding above that moving average. Dip buy opportunity, definitely possible dip buy opportunity here. I did bounce right off of this 200 EMA and then pushed all the way up to 335, and then now it's selling off at 325 in the overnight hours. Tesla. Let's talk about Tesla, guys. Had a nice horizontal pattern for a while, pushed all the way up to $500. It touched $500 3 times. Once rejected, second time got rejected, third time rejected off of $500. Now it's having trouble getting back above its 200 EMA, this green line right here, at about 455. So it tested it here, here, and now here. This can potentially go down to $380 again. I could see this going down to test a moving average at 370. I mean, we could even see this come all the way down to 300. So I like Tesla. I believe in Tesla. But right now it's not doing great as a car company. So I could see this definitely selling off a little bit more, especially seeing how it's getting rejected off of this moving average on that 4-hour time frame. Microsoft, same thing, right? Microsoft continuing to get rejected, make lower lows and lower highs, still below that green line, which is a 200-day moving average. Significant spike up on Friday, but remember, Microsoft does report earnings this week, so I want to be patient before looking into trading any of this, okay? Any major shares. Meta bouncing off of $600. Now, this company seems like it's found a little bit of support around 600, which is great, right? If it can push from 600 back up to 750, that's a very significant push. That is a 23% profit per share. So that's definitely possible. It's above the moving average, so it's actually coming back down to retest as support. If it can hold above moving average, we can see this begin to basically stair step its way to new highs, right? Just kind of stair step its way back up. And that's the kind of company and confirmation that we want to see when investing into these companies. We want to buy on these dip opportunities. Other than that, we won't get an update on VIX until tomorrow. but I want you guys to be aware that when it is above 20 or higher, the markets tend to sell off more and it creates more volatility in the markets as well. So we had it spike up on January 20th, which was last Tuesday for a moment, and then came back down. Now this will update in the morning, obviously. And again, we're going to be trading live in the morning at market open. We do it Monday through Friday exclusively for our LTE team, and that is available for you to sign up. First link in the description. It's 100% free, lifetime access. Even when I update or begin charging, you will not be charged. So get in now that it's free, guys. About 250 spots left, and then we will begin charging for access. It'll be a yearly price or a one-time price. Moving forward, it's lifetime access, but it's a one-time fee. Okay, so get in now that it's free. Other than that, it looks like QQQ is trying to recover. We'll see if this begins to stair step up in these overnight hour sessions. It is possible as of right now. Again, very horizontal pattern, right? I think everyone's waiting to see what happens with the tariffs, to see what happens with all these decisions. I mean, there's a lot happening. We talked about it at the beginning of this live stream. So there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the markets, and that is going to play a key role in which direction the market goes. All right. We have, and I'll tell you guys again, since some of you guys are tuning in now compared to earlier, we have another government shutdown on the way. There's a 75% chance the government will shut down starting January 31st or after January 31st, leading into February. There's potential new 100% tariffs on Canada. President Trump is actively looking to acquire Greenland. The U.S. Armada is heading toward Iran. The Department of Justice investigation into Fed Chair Powell is still happening. BlackRock's CIO as likely next Fed chair. That could potentially be a problem, right? BlackRock, we all know about that and have our opinions on that as well. President Trump calling for $2,000 stimulus checks and a 1% interest rate, guys. How insane would that be? January consumer confidence data on Tuesday. Federal interest rate decisions and press conference on Wednesday. We have some big tech companies reporting earnings on Wednesday and Thursday, like Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, and Apple. And then, of course, we have the December PPI inflation data report on Friday. So a lot of volatility in the market this week. Our weekly economics calendar as well. You can see right here. This is all available to you in the first link in the description. Okay, you can check out our past live day trading sessions from almost 2 years now, going back to May 2024. So all of 2025. Almost all of 2024, I have an archive of over 600, 700 live stream videos now, all available to our Discord members, and you get access to all my future live trading sessions as well. You get my trade ideas when you sign up, all the different trade ideas I have, updates when I'm not live, and you have, you know, main trading chat room where you can talk to other people, not just me, but other people get involved and share their profits. Tina making $90 in a single day on MSTZ. Way to go, Tina. Also our privates chat room where you can go in and, you know, share your profits as well. Crypto chats, trade recaps. So not only do you get my trade recaps, what I think and what I did a good job doing for that day and my thought process, but you also get other people's trade recaps on here as well. So definitely check that out too. That is available to you to learn from not only your mistakes, but other people's mistakes. Off-topic chat room. We just have fun, share memes, stuff like that. And then, of course, we have some freebies. We have a growth calculator you can use if you're wanting to make a certain amount per month and you have a certain principal. You can plug this in and see what your monthly targets are to make your yearly goal targets as well. And we have our target profit per day. So if you want to make $100 per day at a, say, 3% per trade, then it would show you, or 3% per day, it would show you exactly how much money you would need in your accounts. And then it shows you either 3-day trades a week or 5-day trades a week, how much you could make per week and how much you could potentially make per month. And it's plug and play. These are all available to you. All you have to do is click this link and you can get access to all this great information. So yeah, weekly economics calendar is what we are going for next. It shows all of the companies that will be reporting their earnings this week. Again, we have Wednesday is very interesting after close. We have Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla. And then Thursday, we also have like MasterCard, Apple, SanDisk, Visa. Friday, we have SoFi, American Express, Verizon, and so many other companies reporting earnings as well. So definitely going to be a very interesting, exciting week, to say the least. And that's really just it, guys. We have about, what, 12, 13 more minutes. If you guys have any companies you would like me to take a look at, any stocks or ETFs, drop them in the comments. You have to be subscribed to the channel, but it only takes a second, guys. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and share what stock or ETF you are looking at this week. I would love to be of some sort of help or assistance, or just curious as to what you guys are also watching. Bitcoin right now in the overnight hours looks like it's sold off to what, 86,000, now pushing up to 87,500. We'll see if this gets rejected even more off of this blue EMA, the 45 EMA, because it did get rejected off of this 200-day moving average. So that's interesting. This can definitely sell off more, but again, kind of trading within this horizontal pattern. So, you know, it had a low of 80,000. Hasn't gotten back down to that low for a while, but that is a potential support. And it seems like it can't get above 98,000. It's having trouble getting above 98,000 right now. So kind of trading within this channel for the moment. Excited to see what happens, because there's always a potential to make money shorting MSTR. Again, when MSTR is at these overbought levels up in the 170s, I don't mind shorting it. Right now it's at 160 overnight, so that's not something that I would probably want to short right now currently, but it's always a potential possibility. Now, if you think Bitcoin's going to go up, you think MSTR could go up, you don't want to pay $163 per share, you can get into MSTU. It's only $8 to $9 a share. Seems to hold support around that $8 mark and pushes up to highs of 10. So you're making $1 or $2 per share on, you know, say 100 shares. You're only going to be investing $800 to $900 to make $100 in profit, right? And it could potentially go up even higher if Bitcoin begins to go up higher. This thing can go up to $12, $13, and more. Now, if you think Bitcoin can sell off further than what it is doing, then of course you can trade MSTZ. Looks like, you know, you can get a good fair price around $12, $13, maybe even $14 to try to make, again, another couple dollars per share. Buying even at, say, 15, pushing up to $16. That's $1 per share to $17, $2 per share, 7 to 14% profit. Again, this is an inverse ETF, double leveraged against Bitcoin. So if you think Bitcoin can sell off more, then you would want to trade MSTZ. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much my spiel here for our Sunday Stock Talk. I do wish you guys would participate a little bit more, as it does help encourage other traders, investors, and subscribers to participate. We do this every week. It is something I've been hosting for quite some time, and I think some people are just busy. Some people, you know, it's a little later, so if the time doesn't work for you, let me know. I'm open to try to do these more during the afternoon, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The only reason why I like to do them so late, around 6 o'clock or later, is because the market actually opens during those overnight hours, right? We can talk about what we see up until this point anytime during our Sunday session, but if you want to see anything after 6 p.m., that's kind of why I like to host them, right? It gives us a better understanding going into tomorrow. Okay, this thing's selling off a little bit here. Could it sell off more? Could it recover? Are we opening higher or lower than Friday's close? And right now we're opening lower than Friday's close. But if we need to host these, Sundays at 1 p.m. or even in the morning, let me know. And I would love to do that for you guys. So, yeah, other than that, smash the like button for me. Appreciate your guys' time. And yeah, we're at that 30-minute mark. So, I guess that is where we'll end the live stream. We had 5 people when we first started. And we had up to 8 people at one point. So, yeah. Anyways, appreciate your guys' time. You guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll see you all here bright and early tomorrow morning at Market Open for another live day trading session. If you want to join and watch those live day trading sessions, click that first link in the description below and you'll get access to it 100% free. And that is lifetime access. Thank you guys and enjoy the rest of your day.